It's a strange sort of morning weather-wise, isn't it? It's like...
It's been warm and
It's really hot, isn't it? But it's sort of cloudy, which is a bit odd. So how are you today?
I'm fine.
Splendid. So, what would you like to get out of today's session?
Just get back into driving.
Okay.
I think I forgot.
I think you always assume that you're going to forget. How about this for an idea? How about we just do a sort of general drive for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, then pull over, have a review, see how we feel, and then see what we want to do from that point?
Yeah.
Righty-ho. So if we head down past the cobbler, up into town, maybe up past the bus station,
Oh, God.
back around the loop, and then maybe pull over somewhere near the test centre. So that'll take us about 15 minutes, I think, ish. Then we're going to have a review, see how we feel. What level of help do you want from me? Any or none?
Bob, I just don't think I can even remember how to drive.
Well, let's see how we go. If you feel you need help, shout up.
Didn't know we were in gear.
Well, not now.
See, this is just... It's all going wrong already.
That's it. But what do you think caused that is? Normally, when you get out of the car, handbrake neutral, don't we? But I've left it in gear here. Any idea why I did that? Wasn't a tricky, by the way.
I don't know.
It's an extra safety feature. So we're on a hill. If the handbrake cable snaps, and you're in gear, but if it's in gear, it won't. I mean, the chances of it snapping are unlikely, but so just extra safety measure.
God. I feel like low down.
Yeah, well, I have to have the seat fairly well down, because I've got short legs and long body.
What else would I do now?
You tell me.
Check my blind spots.
Yeah, done that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Are we safe to move away?
Yeah.
Off you go then. So I managed to break my 1970s sunglasses, but I found a pair that are just as dodgy. So I'm happy now. That was an interesting position. He took the turn right then, wasn't it? Did you know he was going to do that?
No. Well, what position?
You seemed to hold back from him like you knew.
God, it's really weird driving.
Well, you don't look like you forgot. It has been forever, hasn't it? So there seemed to be something about that guy in the white car that made you hold away from him. You kept a bit of extra space with the junction.
Because it were quite where you were positioned, and you think you were just gonna go anyway, without me even. So if I'd have stopped when I should have stopped,
They might have clipped us.
might have clipped us, yeah.
So you did exactly what I would have done in that situation. I was just curious as to what had triggered it. What made you think he was going to do that?
It just didn't seem like you looked.
He just kind of looked like he was going to do it, didn't he?
What did he even indicate?
No, he wasn't. No.
You are.
But he looked like he was looking for somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah.
And he took 2 or 3 looks up our road, so it's kind of give me the idea, doesn't it? Because I was sat there thinking, what's this guy going to do here? And obviously you were thinking the same, which which is good. Oh, okay. Plenty of talking points when we stop. Couple of interesting situations there, wasn't there, with the push bike and then with this guy.
Just stopped, didn't it? I don't know what we were doing.
Right, if you can find a convenient place to pull over before we get to the junction so we can have a little review of it, just while it's still fresh. A little chat about how that worked. I'll leave you side of it.
I don't want to stop anywhere.
Pop in the car park if you want. I love that you've elected not to reverse it at the bit.
I didn't know. I didn't really want to.
Tell me a little bit about what happened up there.
Well, the pushback I noticed at top of the hill.
Tell me what you did and why you did it.
Slowed down. Just give him time.
Could you have got through when he was there?
Yeah, but
Go on.
I didn't want to, just in case
Okay.
they were going to go that way or whatever else. If I've slowed down, then I'm eliminating anything that he cannot do, if you know what I mean.
And was it safe for you to do that?
Yeah.
What was behind you at that time?
Nothing there was.
Okay. What made you hold back from him?
We were going quite fast, and they were down a hill.
Anything else? I'm just curious.
Well, he didn't have a helmet on or anything.
I didn't
did he?
know. No. What else did you notice?
He had a bag on his
Mm.
bike. God, I don't know, Bob. That's the safest way I would have done it, is just all back from him.
Yeah,
because-
I have absolutely no problem with what you did. And when it comes in terms of safety, could you have done any better there?
No.
The only thing I would add to that is he looked a bit shaky to me. And I just wondered if you picked up on that as well. It didn't look like he was a regular cyclist, if you
No, yeah.
He had a little bit of a... So in terms of...
I don't know whether that was because they were going downhill and he was
Well, maybe.
quite fast.
And there are a lot of potholes in there, so
Yeah.
maybe that. But so there's something about that that's made you go, and you've done the what-if thing and decided that what you're going to do is hold back. Okay. Tell me about the car that pulled out. Tell me about what you did there and why.
I held back because I think he were undecided. I don't think he knew where he were going. He were going right, but he stopped and waited for me like as if I were going to go. I held back enough, so he thought, right, no, it's all right.
Was it safe for you to hold back there?
Yeah.
What was behind you?
No.
Okay. So, in terms of remembering how to drive, where does all that fit?
I think I'm alright.
Okay. So, do you want to carry on?
Yeah.
I just wanted to just do a little review, just because
Yeah.
a couple of real useful points and a couple of proper dodgy
It
situations.
always happens though, doesn't it?
But what you've done is you've applied logic to it and acted accordingly. What else might you have done if there'd been a car close behind you, do you think?
What if there were a car behind me all that way?
Yeah. Is that what else you could do?
I don't know, it might be stupid, but brake light on just so he knows I'm slowing down.
Yeah. How about a hand? Could you give him a hand signal at that point?
I don't know, I don't think I would.
Nobody ever does, but it's something to consider if he's not. But yeah, if you just, because you can put the brake lights on, can't you?
Just a
Without,
tiny little bit.
yeah,
Just to show him that I'm slowing down
Cool.
and he'll slow down.
because the lights come on before the brake comes on. Yeah, well done. Left and left.
What am I doing? Oh, God.
Well done. That's a big pothole, that, isn't it?
Isn't it? Where's she going?
So if we go up to the traffic lights and go right up past the bus station.
It's gonna be busy, isn't it?
Tell me about what's going on up here.
Oh, yeah. People all over, vans, buses. People, buses. Oh, Jesus. It's quite a wide turning, just talking it. I should have slowed down.
There's something going on in Ponty today. There's an awful lot of people about. It's like market, isn't it?
No, it's not market day.
Let's take the next turning on the left, please. Yes, you could do, but I meant you. I'll shut up. Yes, of course, you could go right before the end of the road. You're quite right.
Like, oh, is it roadworks or something?
I'll go back to being quiet. I think it's just safer.
Shall I indicate?
What do you reckon?
Won't
Well, it's clearly marked that that lane's going left, but is there anybody that might benefit from the signal, do you think?
Don't know. Yeah, everybody will benefit from it.
Okay. Anybody who lives here knows that lane's for turning left, though. But is everybody from round here? You know, it's none of these guys are indicating, but is there anybody that would benefit from it, do you think?
People in that lane.
Maybe. Maybe the pedestrians.
Shall we do it?
Do what you think's right. There you go. I mean, the advice I would like to give you there is go with your gut feeling, because how often are you right? And it's not confusing anybody, is it? So. And then if we take the turning on the right where the white van's coming out of, and then once you're on that road, take the first road on the left.
It was beeping at me.
That's him beeping at the learner driver in front of you, which is really helpful.
I don't want to squeeze past, but yeah. Well, you shouldn't do that.
There's some interesting talking points.
Tell me about it.
And if we take the road on the right, find somewhere convenient and pull over. And we can use one of these bays down here if you like. You can drive in or reverse in, I'll leave the choice entirely up to you.
I just want to drive in.
Okay, fair enough. And relax. So,
Jesus.
talk. Lots happened there, didn't there?
Right.
So, what about this bit at the end here? Could you have managed that any differently, or any better, or any worse? Or tell me what you think about it. Let's start with when we were turning in and that red car decided he was going and you weren't.
Oh. We were halfway out.
So what did you do?
I stopped and let him through.
Was anybody behind you at that point?
Not at that point.
Okay.
Not far enough to...
Okay.
I didn't slam on
No.
as much. But you've got to be careful at that junction because they just do fly out, so you've got to be slow.
Were you expecting him going?
Yeah. We were at... Well, his wheel were already out at line, so...
He looked like he was going to chance it. But if you look at it in terms of... Let's look at it in terms of managing the safety at that incident. If you're going to mark... Let's mark you out of 10 and let's mark the car driver in red out of 10. Let's do him first. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 was terrible and 10 was as safe as it could be. Okay. What about you?
10. The lights were changed to red, so no one were coming up that way anyway. So I just did best thing to let him be stupid, because he was so hesitant. I could have carried on going, but then he could have thought, no, I'm going instead. I'm just going to let him go because he's clearly stupid and well.
Well, I mean, I think I would completely agree with that 10, because I cannot see how you could do it any different. Certainly from a safety point of view. What about the rest of it? What about the next little bit with the guy in the silver car? What was he doing there?
Picking someone up on corner
And blocking the road?
and blocking the road.
So what did you do?
I had to go through because there were a car behind me, and there were... Basically, that car behind me were then blocking people going that way, so it'd have been terrible, that corner. So I couldn't have stayed there any longer, really, even though it was his fault. Obviously, if there wasn't enough room, I wouldn't have been able to get through, but I knew there were enough room.
So you got yourself in out of the way.
Yeah.
Then what did you do?
Check behind me, see if everybody were going through.
Well, you waited until it was safe before you went. So it's again, in 1 to 10, where 1 was terrible and 10 was the safest you could possibly be in that circumstance. Where would you mark yourself?
10.
Okay. So let's have a look at the rest of the drive. What do you think of that?
I think I'm quite safe. I think with a bus going wide, you didn't really
I knew
see
you were going
him.
to say that.
You didn't really see him until after other bus had gone.
Okay. What could you
But
have done
that car
differently?
behind me, that van behind me, that grey van behind me, were quite close. So
So what did you do?
I just slowed down and sort of
How
went
quickly did you
round.
slow down?
Quite quickly, but not slamming on or out. I just sort of swerved a little bit, but
Well, he was on the outside of the road, wasn't he?
yeah.
So, again, in terms of safety, how well do you think you did there?
I wish I'd have noticed him first.
Well, it's difficult when he's coming out of the bus station when you can't see him because of the building. I thought you might come to that because you seemed a little bit ticked off with yourself at the time. Oh, I should have slowed down a bit earlier. Did you make the best of what was there?
I'd have failed.
Do you think? For what?
Not seeing him. adversely affected the car behind me.
Ah, now then, it's interesting that you say that. Did you adversely affect the car behind?
Well, he must have slowed down for me to slow down.
He did, but he didn't have to brake hard, did he?
No,
Why didn't he have to brake hard?
because we're going slow enough.
Did you do anything else that might have helped him?
Moved.
A bit. But think in terms of how hard did you brake?
I've touched the brake,
Mm-hmm.
so I'd have seen that.
Mm-hmm. So you've given him every indication that you could. There's not a lot else you could have done there. Can you think of something else you might have been able to do there? Okay, see him earlier. We'll come back to that. But apart from that, is there anything else you could do you think?
For the car behind me?
Well, for anything, really.
No, I don't think so.
So, let's say you're on this assessment and the guy sat here in the CTO. How do you think he's going to view what you did there?
He's going to see that I'm safe. I wish, like, they see that.
Well, I think they do. It's, if you ever think about, you know, okay, we've not got the result we wanted, it's not been because you're not a good driver. It's been on judgment calls, hasn't it? You know, whether the car at Darrington coming the other way, where if you'd been there a few seconds earlier, a few seconds later. How would you say your judgment calls were today?
I think they've been spot on. Ish. Just because I think I should have noticed that bus a bit
All right, let's
earlier, but that's no, is it?
tell me
really,
how
to
you
be
might
fair?
have done that. I'm
I don't know,
intrigued.
because that bus were in front of it, so I wouldn't have seen it until it were out of the road. Because there were another double decker.
What else was in the way?
The lorry.
What else?
The actual bus station.
So tell me how you could see him earlier.
I don't know, I don't think I could have done it.
I was just wondering if you developed X-ray vision. As soon as he appeared from the edge of that building, I felt you react. You could argue that maybe you could do things a teeny bit different. Maybe maybe you could have just brought it to a stop and not moved out of the way. But I think moving out of the way kept you safer, didn't it? I think. So you maybe could have done things slightly different. I don't think it would have made you any safer. What about the other stuff? You know, when we turned left at the cobbler, you took that right steady going round there. What was that for?
Just the woman was stood there. She looked like she wanted to cross.
You actually said to me, I'm not sure what she's going to do. So, when it comes time to it and the guy with the clipboard sat next to you, do you think it would help him if you said that?
Yeah.
He'd then think, well, are you slow because you're watching her, or are you slow because you're hesitant? He
Yeah.
cannot really always tell. So,
Yeah.
I think if something unusual is going to happen, let him know.
It always seems to happen though, doesn't it? Really good, like, situations like that on my driving lessons, where I can prove my sen. And then on my test, it's just not so.
Well, let's have a look at that. The one that, at Darrington. The situation that occurred there, where how many marked you down because he said, well, you made the guy come the other way, slow down. I'm not saying he would, but perhaps he'd think a little differently about it if you would explain to him what you were doing and why you were doing it. Because the guy coming the other way sped up to prevent you taking the gap, to make a point, as it were. So if you're making him aware that you're aware of that, I don't know, because you had next to note on the form other than that. So it must be breaking their hearts to go, well, I'm not letting you, because then they can see you're a good driver. What do you want to do now?
How do you think my mirror work's been?
I don't know, you tell me. I have noticed something different.
What?
No, you tell me.
I'm checking my side mirrors
You are?
a lot more.
A lot more? What's brought that on?
I've no idea, really. I just use them.
That's fine, and I have no problem with the way you're doing it before.
That bit you don't see.
I've noticed particularly when you come to a stop at traffic lights, you're in them all the time now. Whereas you would check before, but now it's a constant thing.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. Remember where there was
Well,
the
it's
big...
just in case there were a bike or anything like that going
Fine.
either side. It's busy down there, it's rope gate, so I just thought I'd check just in case people are there.
Well, you know, there was that big debate that happened on the YouTube channel about mirror work and stuff, and I've never had an issue with your mirror work because you've always known, you're always aware of what's around you, always, and you act accordingly. Fine, it's good. But it's. I just wondered if everybody been saying, make sure you check your door mirrors.
Oh no, I just did.
I mean, if I was to tell you what I thought of that drive, what do you think I'm going to say?
Yeah, I'm just going to say it was spot on, wasn't it?
Where were my feet while you were driving?
Well, they're never on pedals, are they?
No. Do my feet ever go anywhere near them? Because you're quite slick, you always pick up when I've done it.
Yeah.
Nothing at all. There was never at any point.
Not even when that bloke came out.
No. Well, I saw your foot was over the brake. I saw that you checked your mirror. I knew you were ready for him. I kind of figured, because I'm looking at him thinking, he's going to come out here. And you're obviously thinking the same, and you say to yourself, when he did do it, you brake gently to a stop because you were ready. Let him get out of the way, and again, I love that you didn't trust the car coming the other way. Because he didn't look like he was going to stop at the light, did he?
No.
You
were a learner driver though, wasn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
So,
Red one.
lots of things happened there. And you've dealt with it all. I've got nothing to add. What do you want to do now?
I feel like I drive and it's just solely like, why am I not passing? Do you know what I mean?
Well, it's sometimes, you know, it's not
so
luck, but you need to
frustrating.
carry a little bit of luck, and it's just the stuff that you've gone down on is one episode, and you look at the rest of the form and there's nothing. It's like,
It is really frustrating.
so it's just dealing with what's around you and using the skills that you've got and doing exactly what you've done today, and just you're playing the what if game all the time. Well, what if he does that? What about this? What about that? And you're taking everything into consideration. What would you like to do now? Do some manoeuvres, or do you want to leave that till later?
The only thing I feel I don't need work on, but whatever, is just position where I'm going.
Okay.
Like where we were in Cass. That last time I were in Cass, and apparently I wasn't right in road. Do you know where I failed the first time?
I'm trying to think when I work my way back. Was that where you'd said that you'd... I'm trying to think now. Was it on Colorado? Was it over near Escape?
No. Oh no, it might have been. Way I'm thinking in my head, because he tried to explain it to me, is where, do you know as you're going past, like you can go down and then it goes like past Monk Hill, up that way, like the long road, just at the top of that there.
What, you were coming from Ponty coming
I
down
was
that
coming
way?
from Cass going down to that road.
And what did he say?
Didn't he say that?
Oh, he said that you hadn't gone into the box. Do you want to go over there and have a look then?
Yeah.
Go on then. You make your own way there, do you think?
Yeah.
So off you go then.
You know what I need to stop doing as well? I need to stop doing that. We know I'm at junctions.
Why?
Because I thought you weren't allowed to do that.
Are you rolling back?
No, but
Is it causing an issue?
do you know what I mean, don't you?
Yeah.
Where I just have my clutch and I have it at the point where I'm stopped.
Are you managing it all
On
right?
hill. Yeah, but I didn't know you were allowed to do that.
Why not? You're not allowed to roll back.
But I didn't roll back.
No?
But I think on my test I'll just put brake on just to be
Well,
sure.
if you're not sure, that's fine. But there's no wrong with what you're doing. Remember, the key thing at the end of the day always is he wants to see that you're safe, or she wants to see that you're safe. It's going to chuck it. right down, isn't it?
It is. I don't know what. Just want to put thingies on before. How do you do it? I forgot.
Have a play with it. There you go.
Not really in the right position here, if I'm honest. It should be more that way.
Is it obvious where you're going and are you positioned correctly?
There's no mode marking, so it's
It makes it difficult, doesn't it? But it's obvious from your positioning where you're going and you're signalling.
Would I have failed?
What do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm just gonna fail at everything.
As long as you're not misleading people, then you're alright.
Did I just touch curb then?
No? What would you think that?
I don't know.
What? It's nice to be nice.
I hate this junction.
Can be tricky to get it off, can't it? And some names sit here a long time.
You see people like just going and then like pushing the way out and stuff, don't you? Here?
Yeah.
A lot of times.
On a market day, sometimes it's the only way you can get out.
See, he's being safe. Oh my god.
Well, there you go.
Jesus, I wasn't expecting that. Oh, I think I'm following him now, but
It's made life
I
interesting.
know, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. I think I'd just go. Bob, don't do that. I've seen your foot move.
I never did.
God, that
Well,
was
maybe a
just
little.
so scary. I don't know what to do then.
So
I
what
shouldn't have
did you
done
do?
that. I shouldn't have gone to first gear and I shouldn't have slowed down. I should have seen that he was stopping. I should have carried on. Because he was blocking that way anyway.
Okay. So the way that you think you
He
should
didn't
have
even
done
freaking indicate, just went straight at him.
it. So the way you think you did it compared to the way you did it, which way is the safest?
The safest way? What, when I slowed down and stopped?
Stop going into first, yeah. So that compared to your saying you should have maybe just gone because you should have seen him stop. Which one of those ways is safer?
Stopping. Yeah, it would have been.
Yeah,
You
time
bloody
then.
putting. Don't do that, Bob. It makes me more. Oh God.
What do you think made my foot just come towards the
We're
brake?
being on an hill and we're panicking.
I thought you might have been thinking about just going straight through. Where what you did was you stopped and had a look at him because he looked like he was shaping up to just come shooting back. But you made sure it was safe and then you went. What more can you want?
I can't do that on my test now. Oh, I don't know what to do.
No, I wouldn't.
Say that.
I wouldn't advise telling them that you don't know what to do. But again, you thought about it, worked it out, and went. You could have stopped and let him go. I think he's probably better served by the traffic getting out of the way. But I think it was better to wait and see what he was going to do. I mean, I don't know where he thought he was going to go. I don't know what that was all about. But
Didn't help with traffic, with lights and workmen and that, did it?
But you made the best of a bad job. And I think doing it the way you did it, just giving yourself a moment to go, hang on a second, what the hell's going on here? There you go.
Speed at 25. He's going in a minute.
But again, you were ready for it.
Did look like you were going to go though, didn't it?
You did. You did.
He really did.
But you were ready for it. And again, I can feel from this side that you're ready if it comes. So if we go kind of left at the end here, and then we'll turn right at the lights, go around the loop and come back down this road.
What loop?
I'll show you in a second. We'll get up. There's a little loop we can go around. So
Oh,
left
we're
at the
going
end here.
to.
So it's coming back into here that you're on about, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd like to see where boxes though.
It's not really a box as such. You'll see as we come back to it. So if we go, we go right to the lights, please. And then if we take the first road on the left.
Oh, this is where we're going to come in.
Alright, I'll shut up then.
Just catch that little glimpse round there, don't you? To see how far people like if they never do coming. Think about this down here.
That's the one.
Not raining anymore, is it? Oh, it is. so how do I get through it? Go through where that...
But you can either go right now or you can go to the end and go right. Either way works.
Oh, he's waiting. Oh, that's so cute. Proper out the road.
Well done. He wasn't helping you much there, was he? That's a bit life interesting, isn't it?
Do I need to go in?
What are you going to do about him?
Right through him. This van seems to be going quite fast, so I'm just going to wait for him as well. While he's coming here anyway. Just turn so I know where you're going. Apollo going slower, alright. Not even know where it put it.
Yeah.
Rubbish weekends. It's 30 now, isn't it?
It is. Well spotted.
I'm gonna go and break neutrals because I don't know how long these lights are on for.
Well, you could if you wanted, because you have a look across there, you can see the lights for the other direction. You see now that they're just changing.
Oh no. No, see, it's a good job of him. Right, now tell me.
Okay, so we'll take the next road on the right. Because you have a look just beyond the island. They've actually redone the lines here, I think. So what he's after you doing here, have a look, see what you think. Just tuck it into that box as much as you can. That's it. It's not really a box, is it?
Jesus, I didn't know that was.
Now, if there's lines here now that weren't there before. So you're now keeping this side clear, if that makes sense.
Would I have hesitated then? Because I didn't go?
There, no. Why didn't you go?
Because he was not doing 30.
Correct. Yeah, I don't think I'd be keen on going there. So does that tidy up that for you?
Yeah, now I know.
Okay.
To be honest, you wouldn't have known though, would you?
Well, it looks like they've redone those lines because they've been doing roadworks a bit. Where before I think they were maybe a little undefined, shall we say.
Let's not be going back out.
Go on. Tell me what you think.
I should have done that.
What else could you have done?
Should have stopped, waited for him to completely go in his drive, go, wait for a van to go.
See, you knew. There's nothing wrong with what you've done because you've not made anybody change direction or speed. But you've put yourself in a position where somebody else could cock that up for you. Oh, excuse my French. We don't want to do that.
I need to bleep out mine anyway when I said earlier.
Oh, there we go.
You got right far.
Well done. Why did you need to slow down there?
Because the car were coming.
Because
And he clearly didn't see it, he thought he could make it, but if I didn't slow down, he might not have made it, and it might have been a massive crash. So,
who prevented that happening?
Me.
How fast were we travelling when he came past us?
25, 26. Maybe
That's
even
where this
30,
may be around
yeah.
there, yeah. So it looks to me like 29. I'll check the video and see what the sign said. But there was no need for him to do what he did, especially when there's a car coming the other direction.
If that wasn't for me, as I were doing the limit, if I'd just not knocked off that little bit on my accelerator, he could have possibly crashed.
Well, he'd have been running out of time, wouldn't he?
Or
certainly
the
made the car
white
come
car would have
along.
slammed on, and then the car behind the white car would have slammed on, and then could have been a crash there as well.
Correct.
Or because he wanted to get that little bit further. Oh God, I've got to pass these lights now. Oh, did you see that?
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be like this anyway today, because it's my day off. Dark under there, isn't it? Like that road's closed. But we didn't see that sign before.
That's because our friend in the wagon was covering up, wasn't he? So is there anything else you want to do?
We're just waiting to see if that bus is going to go that way then, because
Okay.
I don't know, but people, you just don't know, do you, what they do?
So would you say you just hanging back a second there caused you to be hesitant or not?
No. Would it? Would it have been?
Well, I asked you what you thought.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't
They weren't
think so
hesitating long enough.
No,
Well, bloody a second or something, like that, not even
not
that.
even that. You just give yourself that extra moment, didn't you? Just think, let me just be sure. No wrong with that.
What? What is with
Wow.
today? Let's go back in.
Okay. So how do you feel? In terms of confidence?
Oh, I feel loads better. I do still think I'd take them calming measures, if
Okay.
you know what I mean, before
Yeah.
my test and that.
Just to be clear, we're talking about herbal calms, not like not
Yeah.
not cannabis road. Hey man. So how do you feel? Chilled, but hungry. Not that I know anything about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's a bloody tight.
Was that embryonic road rage there?
Maybe I've changed gear a little too quick then.
You
Do you
think?
agree?
Not really. Could have left it later, but did the gear change cause you any issues? situations, and that's what makes a good driver.
Oh, I don't know if there's no gap on me. Oh, did you see that again?
I didn't hear any thunder though the last time.
I thought they were fun. You got to have thunder with lightning. Oh, Bob. I hate this bloody. Everybody just like barges through, don't they? They're not bothered about who's right away or being polite.
I've got here
Right.
first, so I'm coming.
It just looked like to me that he were going. Did he not?
The van.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was going to go right as well.
Yeah, it looked like it because he'd moved himself that way a little bit more.
Yeah. So do you think what you did was correct there?
Yes.
What did you do?
Slowed down the roundabout enough to stop, just in case he did.
1, maybe 2 mile an hour off.
Yeah.
But you were ready for whatever happened.
You like people like that definitely slow down and that, and they don't just try and barge in just because I'm a bloody learner.
Yeah, I'm afraid sometimes the L plate on the roof is a little bit of a red rag to bull for them. Not always, but sometimes. Most people are okay, I think.
You just get your odd few, don't you?
Yeah, it's like anywhere in life. You're always going to get the odd percentage of people who are not as considerate. And you know that, you work in retail. You meet the public all day.
Come a little bit quick now.
Okay. So how much of an issue do you think that is?
What, that corner
yeah,
there?
so you came
Quite
in
a big issue.
Is it?
Someone was to come round.
Yeah. Were you tucked in still on your half of the road?
Oh, yeah.
In terms of if you're, on assessment, you're marking that, how do you think that would go? Well, let's get Alex.
It'd be a minor. Maybe.
I don't even think it would be that.
Do you not?
Because he's probably going to take into consideration, well, how many times have I seen you turn left? How many times you got it right?
Yeah.
And it wasn't that big an issue there, to be fair. You're just being super critical, which is not like you at all. So, how do you think that went?
I feel better. I were worried. I were actually worried for this lesson. Just because
Well, it's been ages, isn't
it's
it?
been ages, and I was thinking, I'm going to make all these mistakes. It's not too long till the test, but I'm really pleased. It's like a duck to water every time I say it, isn't it?
Well, there's reasons for that. It's because you're not trying to remember what I've told you to do. You've worked all of this out for yourself, so it's all locked in your subconscious somewhere, and you're just drawing it. Fine. So, I can't remember what time we are on. I think I am. Is it 1:03? Oh my god, that was 11:21. It was, wasn't it?
I don't think so. I think it was 103.
1:03 was it? I'll email you when I get one. What do you want to do beforehand?
Are you free?
Do whatever you want.
Are you free before?
All day, yeah. You can have whatever you like. We could do the hour before. I could just come and pick you up and drive you here. We could do an hour earlier on in the morning, and then you could have a chill out. Whatever works for you. In fact, we can be flexible enough so you can wait until the morning and decide what you want to do. There's the
Yeah,
fun there.
yeah, I'm gonna say. I think I do want an hour though,
Okay.
just to go through everything.
Okay.
I don't want it to be so like, you know, what's that word that you say, like slavishly in my head, like you do this, you do that, you do that. I just want to do it, be natural, but it hasn't got me anywhere, has it?
Well, if you have a... I mean, you know, obviously we've discussed the bits and pieces that happen, and it's a judgment call. And it's... How do you think you are in terms of those judgment calls now? Do you think you make better calls now, or...? There's been some very similar episodes today, hasn't there?
Do you know what? I think I drive exactly the same, unless it's just me thinking that, than I when I had my first test.
Oh yeah, don't get me wrong.
I think I've done nothing any different, it just more practice, but
Well,
just come into different situations and that's it.
what I feel that I've noticed, and you can tell me whether this is right or not, when you come to those situations now, you're thinking, and you're giving yourself that extra half a second.
Yeah, I actually am.
And that's the only difference. You're just thinking, well, hang on a minute. Whereas I think before you've maybe trusted the other person to do what they should do.
Yeah.
You don't do that anymore. You've got a great set of skills. It's just, you know, you deal with whatever's around you, and you deal with it well. And you're giving yourself time and space to do what you need to do. Well, I've got no one else to add, really. So we can either do the hour before, we can do an hour early in the morning, and then, you know, have a chill out. I'll leave it entirely up to you. Just drop me a text, tell me what you want to do.
Yeah. I will.
Have a think about it, and then we'll see where we are from there.